right, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. It is 8:06 a.m. on Monday, the 9th of March, 2020. And so I ended up sleeping on the beach again last night. Walked everything off the beach, kind of took a ride onto the highway. I was thinking, I probably need to go and spend this couple dollars on a sausage biscuit. Something told me to look back and check, how my stuff was situated on the back of my bike. And I looked back and one of the towels was about to fall off. So I pulled over and I literally just leaned up against the first pole. It's a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. And as soon as I start unclipping everything and kind of moving everything around, this guy named Steve pulls up in his van, stops dead in the middle of the street. He's like, "Hey man, would you like a sausage McMuffin?" And so I literally just thought about the food I wanted and it was delivered to me. I don't even know what's going on, but this is the coolest thing I've ever experienced before in my entire life. I'm just overwhelmed at how God can provide and does provide for his children. In Matthew, it talks about, if he feeds the sparrows, should he not much more take care of you? Don't worry about food or clothing. I'm really experiencing that. Going out with nothing and being fed like this is just the neatest thing to experience. So anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for your prayers. I know that's what's doing it. You guys praying for me and for this journey is the biggest part of this. That is the number one way you can help. Yeah, this is too neat. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. Anyway, I'm going to get riding here a little bit. I got to wait around town in St. Augustine until 11 o'clock when the mail runs. And hopefully the card for my wife is in. We'll figure it out as it gets here. Anyway, as usual, I love you guys, and I'll see you later. I pulled into the Circle K because it was getting warm, and I wanted to change out of the pants that I had on from church yesterday into some shorts and, my CrossFit t-shirt. And while I'm sitting there, I decided to go ahead and get my Bible out, read my word, get prayed up, and I was just kind of reflecting on the fact that Steve had pulled up and gave me the sausage biscuit right when I thought about wanting a sausage biscuit. And so in my Bible reading for the day, it was John chapter 6, which talks about the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. And later on in the chapter it says, God gave manna from heaven, but Jesus gives later on in chapter 6 it said God gave the manna from heaven. And of course that manna was food, which we die even though we eat all the time. But Jesus came to be the bread of life, right? That if you eat of him, you won't ever perish. And so I'm just kind of sitting there being overwhelmed by the presence of God. And this guy pulls up. And this is what happens. Alright guys, so I'm here at the Circle K in St. Augustine Beach. And I'm having to wait around until 11 o'clock until the mail comes so that I can get the Venmo card. Well, I'm sitting out here in front of Circle K. The lady inside was very nice to let me get a cup of coffee with the money that I had, the biggest one they had. And so I'm sitting outside and a guy pulls up and he says, "Man, I love the panniers, the kitty litter boxes. That's really ingenuitive." And so I started explaining to him what I'm doing. And his name is Randy Judd.
Hello.
And his daughter's name is Madison, and she's checking into rehab at 11 o'clock?
She is.
All right.
It's just amazing that I would cross paths with Adam under these circumstances, and I think it's proof to all of us that God works.
God does work. He is who he says he is. I love you, brother.
It's amazing. I don't. How did this happen? I don't know. I pulled in. I looked down. Hello, how you doing? Next thing you know, he's telling me that he's doing this cross country ride for drug addiction. And man, I get it. Everybody support Adam.
To God be the glory. God bless you, brother. So Madison, we're praying for you. I pray that this recovery, that you hear from the Lord, that you hear from Jesus, that you hear his voice and that you understand you don't ever have to go back to the way that you were. You know, that stuff, the drug, the alcohol, it puts this soul tie on you where you feel like you need that to live. And hey, even regular bread and food makes us feel that way. But you know, when you deny your flesh, right? When you deny self and you just accept Christ for who he is, he fills you with all the things. He fills your thirst, he fills your hunger, he fills your need for addictions. There's a hole that's inside of you that's always trying to be filled, and Jesus can fill that. He's the one who fills it. So, Madison, I'm always praying for you. I pray that everything goes well. For Randy, I love you, brother. I am praying for your daughter. I'm praying for you as you go through this, and as you both go through this. And yeah, anybody else out there, if you need to know, if anybody else out there is addicted to any type of drug or alcohol and you feel just hopelessly trapped by it, drop something in the comments, Facebook message me, whatever you need to do, we'll get you the help that you need. I'll see to it. We'll go out of our way to find you the help that you need. There's Celebrate Recoveries, there's churches, there's rescue missions, there's so many places who have people who've given their lives over to helping you find freedom, and they helped me find freedom too, and I'm forever grateful. Anyway, just wanted to put that up there. That's how the morning has started out. After yesterday just kind of not really meeting anybody, I kind of was a little bit down, to be honest. I was thinking, man, you know, the message at church was keep it redemptive, and I was thinking, yes, redeeming Eden, and then just nothing. But now I see that even waiting on the letter for 11 o'clock for that letter to get here, and that Randy was checking in his daughter Madison at 11 o'clock to rehab. God just needed me in the right place at the right time. So just gives me more hope too. This is a huge faith building thing for me, because I'm going out not knowing where I'm going, and he's providing for me every step of the way. So if you don't believe in God, keep watching these videos. He's doing some pretty cool stuff. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Alright, so I'm here at Hugh's house, the Warm Showers host, that offered to get my mail, and it came in. So I'm going to get on the road. I got 50 miles to Daytona Beach. It's noon. That would make it 10 miles an hour for 5 hours. We'll see what happens. If I don't make it that far, it's good. If I do, it's good. If I go farther than that, it's good. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you later. All right, so I've made it 20 miles down the coast, the east coast of Florida, from the St. Augustine beach area down to just shy of Flagler.Beach, from what I'm being told. It's about 10 miles away. And then the next beach is Daytona. It's still about 25 miles away. I stopped in to get a Subway. It's weird, you know, the Facebook donations through Facebook, they're on like a 6-day rolling cycle before they post. So if like somebody donates, let's say $50 to Facebook, then it's 6 days before Facebook will post that, and then it's like 2 or 3 before it goes into the bank. I used the first little bit of stuff that was coming in to get a better seat. I got this Brooks C17 seat and a mat that I'm going to show you guys later when I can finally set my tent back up. But the mat is to sleep on at night, and it was about $150. So that's really kind of all I've spent, other than the hotel room in Madison out of the Facebook donations. And then the Venmo card I had to wait on to be able to spend it, and you know, cash has just been here and there. So yeah, it was a rough couple days there, but God got me through it. I'm about to eat this good Subway lunch and keep on pedaling. I love you guys. I'll see you later. All right, so I just started trying to look up campgrounds, and I wondered why there were so many motorcycles that just kept passing me all day. Like, my ears ringing from so many bikes. It's bike week in Daytona Beach. So when I started looking for a campground, nobody's got a campground site available. So this blue Jeep from Flagler.Beach pulls up, and they asked me, you know, where are you from? Where are you headed to? I told them, you know, Mobile, Alabama, headed to Key West and back. Addiction recovery awareness. And so he started telling me his wife, you know, she does different trips on her bicycle, and talked about doing the ride around Lake Erie. And so I was like, okay. I said, well, do you know any campsites around here that are good that, you know, I could camp at? He said Gamble Rogers Memorial Recreational Area. It's under the water tower. So I was like, okay, good. Walks back to his truck, brings me a donation. I call Gamble Rogers. They've got one site left. It's first come, first served. So I'm going to be pedaling hard. But he actually gave me just enough to cover the site. So, unknown random guy from Flagler.Beach in the blue Jeep, thank you so very much. Drop a comment. God bless you. I appreciate you. And yeah, this day's turning out for the better. I'm hot. I'm tired. Gamble Rogers, here I come. Love you guys. See you later. All right, so I made it to Gamble Rogers Memorial State Recreation Area. And it's a good thing I bought that mat at REI, which I'll show you guys here in just a little bit as I'm setting up camp. Because this is a gravel pad, and you're only able to put your tent up on the gravel. So, man, just in time. This whole trip has just been all about amazing timing on everything. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and set up camp, which you guys will see, and I'll show you the new tent from Ian Goff and the new pad that I'll be sleeping on in just a little bit. Wouldn't you know it, I bought orange tent stakes before I ever had an orange tent. So the mat is a Nemo Vector long wide, and it's got its own foot pump built in. If you use the moisture from your lungs, a lot of people fill their mats with their mouth, and the moisture from your lungs will mildew on the inside of the mat. So you always want to use like a filler bag. They make these waterproof, airproof stuff sacks that you can hook to your mat and fill it up with the air from outside. But this one had a foot pump built in, which is what drew my eye to it. It was on the clearance list at REI. Plus, these thicker mats are good for side sleepers, from what I understand. The little foam mats with foam on the inside that you add a little air to aren't as good for side sleepers because the foam will kind of give way throughout the night. But these are more like a heavy-duty pull raft, and so yeah, just much better for side sleepers. Anyway, I'm gonna finish setting up the tent. Alright, so that's all my new campsite gear. Thank you, Ian, very much for the tent. For all you that have donated through Facebook, everybody's kind of come together for the bicycle seat and the air mat to sleep on. The air mat came in perfect time with having to sleep on gravel tonight. I can't thank you guys enough. I couldn't be doing this without you. I literally left with nothing, some old camping stuff that I had, a few things that I bought, and God has really put this thing together through y'all. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Love you guys. See you later. All right, time to do the laundry. And now the dryer. And now to get them out of the dryer. Fastest, best washing I've ever seen. And they came out folded. Can't beat that. Alright, so another successful day of not having any idea where I'm going and ending up exactly where I need to be. I got to this campground, last site available, with plenty of time to be able to take a shower, wash all my clothes. Oh, they smell so good. You just don't know what you're missing when you go for 3 or 4, maybe even 5 days with just 2 pairs of clothes that you wear. It's so nice to be able to wash them and smell them and feel them clean. Just can't explain it. You don't know what you're missing. Anyway, I've been thinking about Randy and Madison all day. Randy, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your daughter. Man, God is good, you know. He is who he says he is, and he can do what he says he can do. And you know, Jesus changed my life, and that's all I'm out here trying to do, is let other people know that he can change theirs too, that there's recovery options available. You know, there's churches, there's Celebrate Recoveries, there's rescue missions. There's so many places that you can go to hear the Word of God and get free. You don't have to be addicted. And it's so much better feeling being free, knowing I don't need anything but food, water, and clothing. And obviously God can provide all that exactly the way he says that he can. This has been such an exercise in faith for me. I'm just thankful that I keep running into the people that I run into at the exact right time. You know, you can't beat that. There's no explaining it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm gonna finish out the night here in my cozy little new tent. Beautiful place, Flagler.Beach, Gamble Rogers State Park here, Florida State Park. Beautiful, beautiful place. Man, beautiful day, beautiful start, beautiful finish. Everything in between has been beautiful. God has provided everything I've needed right when I've needed it. and still just a little overwhelmed. So that's it from Gamble Rogers State Park in Flagler Beach, Florida. I love you guys. I'll see you later.